Alright, so that Nintendo Direct was like last week, and I want to do a video talking about one of the games featured in that Direct. I wanted to do this video earlier, but I kept forgetting because I just got Sonic Origins Plus for the Switch, and I'm going to be doing a video talking about that as well. But I've been playing that a lot lately, and I keep forgetting to do this video, so that's why it's kind of a little bit later than I wanted it to be, but whatever, I'm still going to do it now. So if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys know the drill. Bell button for all notifications. And make sure you click that all, because if you don't, you probably won't get notified, because that's how YouTube works. Anyway, let's get on with this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Um, so the Nintendo Direct had a bunch of like crazy announcements. One of them being Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And it made me think about something because it looked very similar to New Super Mario Brothers, like that series of games. And it made me wonder, no pun intended. I was like, huh, I wonder if this is what they plan to do for the future of like 2D Mario games for like the next few years. Or I guess like I don't want to say decade because I don't think it's been that long since they've done it. Like since they started the series, I want to say it's been about a decade. To be honest, I feel like it has been that they've been doing the new Super Mario Brothers moniker. I think it's been probably more than a decade at this point that they've like carried it on because it started on DS and then it went all the way to Wii U and Switch. So yeah, it's been way more than a decade at this point. So that made me think, like, do they plan to make this Super Mario Bros. Wonder game a series of games? Because if you think about it, it has that same kind of feel to it. Yes, the game looks a lot more polished and like it actually looks really good. Like the backgrounds look good and the graphics actually look pretty good for a 2D Mario game. That's what a lot of people keep saying too about the game. It just looks good, and it does really look good. Um, like graphically, and just the way the game's presented, and just like the animations and stuff. It just looks different. It looks like a new um, spin on the Super Mario Brothers 2D formula, and I think that's what this form of Mario needed. I think the 2D Mario games were kind of getting stale because they kept relying on the new Super Mario Bros. Moniker. Because let's be honest, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe was literally the biggest cash grab that I can think of that Nintendo did other than Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But at least that has DLC, so I can't really call that a cash grab, but they really didn't change much from the Wii U to that game. But basically, Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is basically the same damn game, just with like one other character, I think, like the Peach Crown or whatever. I forget what the difference. I think that was the only difference in the game. I'm pretty sure. And maybe Nabbit. I don't remember if he was in the Wii U version or not. But that was it. Like it was literally like, oh, you bought it on the Wii U. Well, here's the Switch version for $60. Have fun with this. It's basically the same game. We're just charging you $60 for the same thing. Just like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That was a $6 game. All they added was Funky Kong. And yes, I really did enjoy Tropical Freeze, but I had it on Wii U. But when I knew it was coming out on the Switch, I stopped playing the Wii U version because I was like, well, what's the point? If I'm gonna be getting on the Switch, what's the point of playing it on the Wii U? There is no point. But I didn't want to have to pay $60 for it, especially when the game dropped down to $20. That's what people's biggest gripes with like Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was. is because that game dropped down to like $20 on the Wii U, like within like a week or two of it getting announced. I think it might have been like a month, but still, like Nintendo barely ever drops their prices on like the first party games. Like you would think U Deluxe would have been like a $30 game or $40 game, but no, it was. I'm pretty sure it was $60 when it came out, and I stupidly bought it because I didn't finish it on the Wii U, but or did I? I don't know if I did or not. I know I played through it on the channel. I know that. I don't know if I played through the Wii U version or not. But I did finish it. I did buy it. Yes, I'm kind of stupid for buying it, but I enjoy Mario. I legitimately like supporting these franchises so Nintendo can like learn from like, look, these games are getting kind of stale. We need to reinvent the 2D Mario thing. And I think that's what Super Mario Bros. Wonder is coming from. Like I think they finally realized that the franchise was getting stale. Like there's only so much you can do with 2D Mario games at this point. Like what else can you do? And I think this will give something different for a change. And it's gonna breathe new, I have hopes that it's gonna breathe new life into 2D Mario games. Because if it does, like I said, I truly firmly believe that this is just my thinking on this. This isn't like confirmed. I'm not trying to spread rumors or misinformation. I'm just spitballing here. But I'm thinking they're going to try to spin this off into other subsequent like Wonder titles, like Super Mario Bros. Wonder Land, Wonderful, Wondrous, Wonder something. They're gonna keep that Wonder moniker, I think, because just how stylized the logo looks too. It seems like they want to kind of mess with that a little bit. I know that sounds weird, but if you guys look at like the new Super Mario Bros. Logo, it pretty much kept the same kind of new like font. It just kind of changed a little tiny bit, but it pretty much kept the same kind of thing, like the same look and feel. Now I'm not saying they're gonna like milk it to death like they did with New Super Mario Bros. But what I am saying is they're probably going to be like, oh, we should probably only make like 2 or 3 of these, maybe, and that'll be it. Like I could deal with 2 or 3. Like I think after the 3DS one, they probably should have stopped, to be honest, because that one, the 3DS one, New Super Mario Bros. 2, I think they called it, the one with all the gold coins and everything, that was actually pretty cool. And I like the Wii one as well. I just recently like finished the Wii one. It wasn't as good as the DS one, but it was still decent. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. I never finished it until, like I said, like a few months ago. Because I was like, you know what, I'm going to sit down and play this while I have freedom to like play my Wii U and whatever on this TV over here. So that's what I did. I sat down and I was like, you know what, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to beat this bitch. And I did. It was, like I said, it was fun, but it just felt like the same thing from U Deluxe. Like it was, I was like, this literally feels like the same thing, just not as fast and fluid. Because I did notice that it was a little bit slower, like just the movement was slower in the New Super Mario Bros. Wii from the U Deluxe, but other than that, it seriously felt like the same damn game, pretty much. And I was like, yeah, the New Super Mario Bros. Series is probably dead at this point, and it probably is. U Deluxe, I know it sold well, but I seriously think it's dead at this point, and I think Wonder is going to be its successor, honestly, because I like I said, I don't want to say this for certain, but judging by their track record with 2D Mario games, if they sell well enough, they always try to reinvent something and put something different into the game. Now what that might be if they do make a sequel to Wonder, if it sells well, I have no idea. We don't even know what kind of things are in this game besides Elephant Mario and those weird like flowers that make everything trippy, and there's so much other stuff that they probably haven't even shown yet. And it comes out sooner rather than later. It comes out in like 4 months. So less than 4 months, honestly. So I don't know, I'm really excited about it, but I'm also like kind of weary about them milking this just like they have their new Super Mario Brothers franchise. Like I feel like they're gonna milk the Wonder name. I hope they don't, but I seriously think they will. And if they don't, and I'm wrong, and this video looks, I look back on this video like, why did I make this video? Oh well. But I just want to get my thoughts out there. But there's one more thing I want to mention in this video. People have been like talking on Twitter about, and YouTube, I guess, about Charles Martinet possibly not being the voice of Mario anymore. And I'm like, what are people talking about? Because to me, it doesn't sound that different. And I'll explain why in a second, but people are like, oh my God, did they replace Charles Martinet? And because Mario sounds a little bit different. And they were citing the WarioWare game that's coming out. Like Wario's voice sounded different. And his voice did sound different because I haven't heard Charles do Wario's voice like ever in person, I don't think. And you're probably thinking, in person, what are you talking about? Well, I've actually met Charles Martinet a few times in the past. And just about every time he's done Mario's voice. Every time you go talk to him, he usually says something in Mario's voice for you, or he'll say your name or something. Which is kind of weird. The first time I was like, holy crap. Like the actual voice of Mario like said my name, and it was weird. It was surreal, but it was cool. And to me, it sounds the same. It sounds like what I've heard recently. Like I don't was the most recent time like last year? I think it was last year or the year before. I know it was fairly recent that I met him. And it sounded very similar to that. Like, people gotta understand, he's getting older. And he's going to sound a little bit older. If they actually called him back in to do new reactions, like the wowie zowie and stuff like that, like he never really, as far as I can remember, in any Mario game that he's ever talked, and he's never said wowie zowie ever that I can remember. And other stuff too. Like I don't remember what else they said in the trailer, but I know wowie zowie was like the newest thing that I don't ever remember hearing Mario say. But to all those people saying that it's probably not him, I wouldn't worry about it because I seriously think it is him. But what I can do, and I probably will do, is next month I am going to a convention that he is going to be at, and I can point blank ask him like, "Hey, did you go in to do more lines for Mario for anything Mario related?" And if he says yes, then there you go. Now, I won't ask specifically about Wonder. I'll just ask, like, hey, have you done recent Mario recordings? And if he says yes, And I'll be like, cool, because people on the internet are like freaking out, thinking you're not doing Mario anymore. And he'll probably be like, no, why wouldn't I do Mario anymore? Like, I love doing Mario. Because you can tell he legitimately loves doing Mario. And I highly doubt Nintendo would want to replace him anytime soon. Now, granted, he is getting older, so, like, yes, they will need to replace him at some point because everyone passes away at some point. It's inevitable. It does happen, and it will happen. But it's not going to be for a good long while, hopefully. Like, as far as I know, Charles is still in good health. As far as I know, he seemed pretty cheerful the last time I saw him. So I can at least do that for people on the internet. I'm surprised no one's actually like just came out and asked him before. I don't know if anybody hasn't posted, but I will because I don't care if unless he tells me not to like post it on the internet that like he has like an NDA that says he's not allowed to talk about it or whatever, then I won't. But like I would imagine it's Charles Martinet. So people need to not worry about Charles Martinet being replaced because like he's just older. He's like 67 or something like that. He's been doing Mario for like what 30 years almost. I think at this point. So like yeah, like just calm down, guys. Trust me, it's still Charles. I'm like 95% sure. But I'm gonna try to find out, and if I can tell you guys, I'll pin a comment, in the comments when I do go, and if I don't get a chance to ask him in July, I will in September because he's going to another convention I am probably going to go to because it's local to here, so there's really no reason for me not to go, because it's not that far away from where I live, so. If I don't do it next month, I'll definitely do it in September. So, either way, I'll find out for everybody so they stop freaking out. So, anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Patreon supporters, for supporting the channel. Really means a lot to me, guys. It really helps out the channel a lot. And please subscribe, guys. Like, my channel is literally struggling to, like, grow and see any sort of growth. So, please subscribe if you like what I do and you enjoy my content. Please, it really does help out the channel a lot. I really appreciate it. Anyway, shout out to go to Harry Fernandez. Oh, I put up the wrong list, I think. Yeah, my bad. I put up the full list, not my shout out list. Okay, shout out to go to Matt Y99, Reaper 7734, Title Cal, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Frederick, Zoal Adby, it's me, Charles, Joe, William Swift, Griff 17, Charlie McKeon, Reverse Security, Zoo Hall, Artistic Dialogue, Pre-Layab, Just True, Ari Mansane, HHG Fan, George McConnell, Extinctus, LA Scott, Benjamin Tillin, Mac Lois Oro, and Mac and Dude. Thank you guys for supporting on Patreon. It really helps out a lot. And thank you to everybody on the list that's scrolling by right now for supporting on Patreon. And thank you for supporting me on memberships. It really does help out the channel a lot. Although I haven't paid out my YouTube money yet, but it still helps out a lot, so I really do appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace. Oh yeah, and sorry for the bad Mario impression, by the way, with the whole wowing zowie thing, but I had to do it.